Look, we have left everything and followed you. Cheryl Strayed walked the entire Pacific Crest Trail. And if you've read her book, Wild, or seen the movie starring Reese Witherspoon, you know that she started that journey knowing not one single thing about hiking. She had never hiked. I'm not sure she had ever even camped out in her backyard. So what she did is to go to REI, buy a gigantic backpack, and basically buy everything they were willing to sell her to put into the backpack. Well, like a whole lot of first-time hikers, she had lots of lessons to learn about hiking. I think the most important one, and actually it's whether you're hiking the Pacific Crest Trail or the Appalachian Trail nearer to my home, the biggest lesson you'll learn as a first-time hiker happens at your first stop. You're forced to ask a question. What can I leave behind? As it turns out, that's also the chief discipleship question. What can I let go of? You see, discipleship is about letting go. Peter didn't ask that question about what are we getting out of this leaving everything business, Jesus, out of the blue. He had just seen Jesus tell the rich young man, well, if you want to follow me, just sell all your stuff and let's go. Right? That had to leave quite an impression on Peter, and I suspect when you read that passage, it leaves quite an impression on you. After all, so much of our lives is about taking hold of things and controlling things, and perhaps even accumulating things. Maybe accumulating not possessions, but degrees or awards, honors, Sunday attendance, right? Today we celebrate the feast day of Hilda, St. Hilda of Whitby. She was perhaps, along with Aidan and Bede, who was one of her monks, one of the great figures of the 7th century Christian community of England. I've always thought of her as somebody who is deeply wise. Bede certainly made us think that. People would come to her to learn how to navigate the planet, how to lead a group of people, how to grow closer to Christ. And I've got the sneaking suspicion that the one thing she taught over and over and over again is, it's about letting go, right? I mean, she let go of being a part of a royal family. She let go of the Celtic ways in order to be a part of the broader Roman ways, especially the way of celebrating Easter, setting the date of Easter at the Synod of Whitby. It reminds me of another story. I know you're shocked that I'm going to tell a story, but I'm going to do it anyway. I went to seminary with a fellow named Gabe. Gabe had been an Italian Roman Catholic. That's a cultural thing as much as a religious thing, isn't it? I mean, you're just part of something when you're an Italian Roman Catholic. And he grew up to be a physician, and his office was near a convent. And being the good Italian Catholic boy and man that he was, he offered free or very, very low-cost medical treatment to the sisters in the convent. One of the old sisters just wasn't feeling quite right. Just couldn't muster the energy she had some sort of stomach unsettle. And so she went to Gabe. He ran some tests, and he discovered that she was terminal. There was nothing that could be done. And when she came back for her follow-up, she saw that Gabe was having a heck of a time telling her about the results of her tests. And so she said, "Oh, Gabe, why are you so troubled? Don't you know that I have spent my entire life giving my life away to Christ. What on earth makes you think I want to take it back now? I can easily imagine Blessed Hilda saying much the same thing toward the end of her life. The end of her life, by the way, was burdened with illness, and yet she continued for years to be about the good work that Jesus had given her to do. And I leave you with this. What can you leave behind? Life is heavy, isn't it? It is ever so burdensome. It can just feel like our backpacks are overfull and they're weighing us down. You see, what Peter didn't understand was that Jesus isn't asking you to just give stuff up. What Jesus is saying is, give yourself to me and let's carry this stuff together. Don't do it alone. But to let Jesus help you carry this stuff, the first step is to figure out, what is it I can leave behind? What can I let go?